Hello everyone, this is Editing Karen, and I just wanted to be your tour guide on this trip to Michigan. So starting out on the Star, that is where I live. It is right across from Milwaukee, which is why you can actually take a boat all the way across if you would like to go to Wisconsin and not drive all the way around through Chicago. You'll notice that I included some Michigan terminology for you so that if I mention these terms throughout the video, you will have an idea of what I'm talking about. So around, I would say, Pentwater and north of that line that I drew, that is what Michiganders call up north. So especially during the summer, you will hear people saying that they are going up north, and that's what they mean. It doesn't need to be a specific town. You're just going up north, and it's basically where all the happy feelings live. Now, if you really, really, really want to go above and beyond, you will go to the UP. The UP stands for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, but nobody calls it the Upper Peninsula. They just call it the UP, and you typically get there by going over the bridge, but more on that later. We're going up north. Okay, so this is the bridge that I was talking about. So you'll notice water on both sides of it, obviously, because it is a bridge. On the left is Lake Michigan, and on the right, you will see Lake Huron. Now, I was kind of curious when I was on this trip, why are they two separate lakes when they are actually connected underneath the bridge? And upon researching it, I found out that you could consider them one lake. I was wondering if it had something to do with the water flow or something like that. And the water will flow in either direction, although it usually moves east. And at times, they could be two separate lakes, just like in the past. But technically they are one, although we could still consider that we have 5 Great Lakes. So Lake Michigan on the left and Lake Huron on the right. This bridge was created in 1958, although the idea and the plans for it kind of started around 1880, I think, was the first initial idea for it. And it is the longest suspension bridge in the Western Hemisphere, and it is the 5th longest in the world. It is 5 miles long and 8,000 something meters. There was a lot of construction on it when we went, which is kind of a bummer because it makes it less pretty. And often from those big towers, there will be a huge, huge American flag hanging, which kind of just makes the bridge look extra big. So because the bridge is so intimidating for a lot of people who have a fear of bridges, there is actually a driver's assistance program, and phone numbers are posted along the side of the road right before you get to the bridge with spots that you can pull over and call the number. And basically someone will hop in your car and drive it across the bridge for you. Now this program is currently not available to people, which I think is likely due to COVID. However, Michigan is actually getting rid of all COVID restrictions on the 22nd of June. So perhaps the program will start again. There were 5 interesting deaths during the construction of the bridge. There was one diver working on like the foundation and stuff of the bridge who died in 1954 because he basically ascended too quickly and he died from a case of the bends. There was also a 26-year-old named James Lesarge who lost his balance and he fell, hitting his head. There was another man who they believe suffered a heart attack and he fell into the water. And then finally, there's 2 other people who died by falling off of a catwalk during construction. and this was in 1956. It was actually their first day on the job. One of them was recovered and had a broken ankle. The other one probably died from the temperature of the water, which is around 10 degrees Celsius all the time. Now that you've heard a few very pleasant stories about the bridge, we are arriving in St. Ignace. Now from St. Ignace to where our next little hike is going to be is all of the kind of area that was discussed in the Firekeeper's Daughter book. So if you have read that, that is kind of the area where this is taking place. Sault Ste. Marie technically is where it took place mostly. We're not going there, but this is kind of the main character's general area, and she does talk about going to Tequamanon Falls, which is our next stop. So now you can see that we are at Whitefish Point, which is on Lake Superior. This is our third Great Lake of the day, and if you look into the distance, you are able to see Canada from here.